Last year, I was out of town. I get a phone call from the office and said, "Hey, we have a past client, and they're getting some water inside their home. We need to get this looked at pretty quickly." I call the homeowner and talk to them and identify kind of where the problem is and what it was over the phone. This job site's about 40 minutes from our home office here in Columbia. It's up in the Moberly area. My estimation was that there was some flashing issues that was associated with the roof. So instead of me going up there, I got one of my installers to get up there very quickly and assess it. And they were able to do a temporary repair on it. The real bigger problem was there was an issue with the siding system, not with the roofing system, right? After talking to them, I discovered they really have a problem with energy efficiency around their doors and windows. They really need a new siding system. They're experiencing some rot on the wood frames around the windows that need to get addressed. There's all of these, again, you know, what we call deferred maintenance items that are going on with this home. It's an older home. So I sat down with them, and one of the first things we talked about was budget. Where do you want to be? How does the money work on this? You know, what can I offer? And I talked about the financing I have available. And it was brought up, hey, there's some equity in the home. And I said, okay, if you have equity in your home and you have the ability to go and get that equity, you're going to be able to get a better rate, which leads to a better payment, leads to more financial security, and allows your home to pay for its own repairs, if you will, right? So we need to get a bank involved. So I start working on one side. I start working on an estimate, putting all my product and everything together. And on the other side, they start working with the loan officer, right? They get in touch with a local bank, start working with that local bank, start going down the road of, hey, how much equity is in the home? We find that out through appraisal process. How much equity is in the home, and how much of that equity can I get? And whenever I get it, what does my monthly payment look like? And I tell everybody, look at monthly payments 3 ways. Whenever you go to the bank and talk to them about it, ask them, hey, what can I get for this monthly payment? And that monthly payment needs to be the one that you're the most comfortable with, right? Like, no matter what, I know I'm good here. How much money is that, right? And then, okay, well, my max monthly payment that I would be willing to make is this. How much money can I get there? And then the third thing is, hey, no matter what, whether I want the monthly payment or not, what's the most amount of money I can get? Right? And once you have those 3 numbers, you're able to go, okay, this is worth it for me to go ahead and do this work and let my home finance it work, or it's not. And they come back to me and say, hey, here's my budget. And I said, I don't see any way that we're even at the budget, right? I think we're going to be fine. So I put everything together, came back out, sat down with them, went through all the product, how I was going to put it in, the windows, the doors, what everything was going to look like whenever we were done. So we go through that entire conversation. And then they said, hey, we want to go get another estimate. Like, before we move forward with you, we want another estimate. It was a big investment. They felt more comfortable getting another estimate. Go ahead, go get another estimate. So they did. Call me back a week later, and they said, we're not even waiting for that estimate. After talking to that guy, he doesn't know his product. He doesn't know what we need on our home. He doesn't know what's going to fit in our budget. He doesn't know any of these things. He's not asking any of these questions. And we don't get the feeling that his goal is to take care of our home. We get the impression that his goal is to hopefully just do some work for us. But once we got everything lined up, we got out there, got the job done, and we were really able to transform that home, just completely change the way that it looked. In fact, in the middle of working on that home, I got a call from another gentleman in the town of Higbee, and he said, hey, you're doing work on my buddy's house, you need to come look at my house, you know. So very happy people, very willing to refer us to their friends as well. And we got done and just completely transformed the way that home looked.